This hashtag ENDSARS that's been basically
SARS is a big deal now,
it's a big
innit?
deal,
You
man.
know what I mean?
You know what? Obviously, it's basically the corrupt police unit in, I think they're the special armed robbery. I thought, what did it actually SARS stand for?
Oh,
Before I
it's
get that
a
incorrect.
severe acute respiratory
That's the
syndrome. But what's interesting...
So the what? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. But what's interesting is that...
Really?
We're talking about SARS, right? Like, SARS has existed for a very long time.
Yeah.
There's also MARS as well, you know what I mean, which is the Middle Eastern version of SARS.
Right.
And what we are all experiencing right now is an evolved version of the two, which is COVID.
No, ENDSARS, bro.
I know you're talking about ENDSARS.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that SARS is even a big deal in Nigeria, because I'm just thinking, but SARS has been around for a very long time, and I didn't hear this.
Well, look, I was reading. There was a news, obviously a popular Nigerian news channel that was loaded up onto YouTube, and they were interviewing, I guess, the public relations officer, who's called Frank Mba, and this guy, the first thing he was like, "Oh yeah, I just thank you for having me. Today's my son's birthday, but obviously I can't see my son." And they were like, "Yeah, I'm sure you can't see your son like many people can't see their children, because obviously the ENDSARS is the brutality against young people in Nigeria or just normal civilians."
No, wait. ENDSARS is about brutality.
Yes. Oh, apologies.
Wait.
I'm sitting there thinking,
wait. Are we talking about a disease, or are we talking about?
We're talking about.
Isn't SARS a disease?
No. This is flipping hilarious.
Hey, that's why I told you what the disease was.
Yeah, no. We're not so ENDSARS, hashtag ENDSARS, is the police brutality that's happening in Nigeria.
So what does that stand for?
Special anti-robbery. That's what I was just reading to you, but you went to get your jacket.
Wow.
Hold on.
This whole time, that's what I was coming from the disease.
I remember, that's why I was like, why are you talking about disease? But you know what? When we don't know much about it, I mean, we're Ghanaian men. British born Ghanaian men, but it's worth highlighting that this is the type of stuff that even was happening in Ghana at some point, but obviously it's happening a lot more in Nigeria, where the police brutality against young Nigerian people. So they're going, like, one of the guys came out and he's like, I'm an events person, I've got a business in Nigeria, I go out because I've got a hoodie, because I've got nice things, they think I'm just a 419 or a who's a boy, they're trying to bully me, and I guess young people are not having it, they're stepping up saying you can't treat me like this, and they're getting killed. They're killing young Nigerians, bro.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, they're killing young people, bro. They're killing people.
Yes,
they're killing people. Have a look yourself on what's going on.
Okay, that's a bit of a mazza still.
Yeah.
But then, what's so different between that and what's going on in America and other places? Like,
well, it's funny, but I mean, the truth is, be told, is that it's so sad to see your own people doing it to us, like black people killing black people, bro.
But black people been killing black people.
But I mean, it's bad that you can't trust in your police, because this is a very special
who can
unit.
trust the police?
Well,
in any country.
True. I mean, I don't trust them in England.
This is what I'm saying.
That's the truth.
So what is happening?
They come to me and I freeze up. No, I don't even freeze up. I become.
You become ultra defensive.
Yeah, ultra defensive and aggressive, because I expect them to kind of do something. Right, step out the car.
But don't you think that? Don't you think that kind of having that energy also then makes them feel like they also have to be a certain type of...
It doesn't help, I know that. No, I know that, but I despise them, because I've seen too many black people die, man, and it's enough for me. I mean, I don't even want to get into that on today's show, because we could go on all day about some of our grievances against what they've done and what I've seen. Even yesterday Friday?
Yeah.
Thursday, sorry. When I was going home, I heard a policeman talking to one of the young bucks saying, if you don't do this, I'm going to arrest you. I was on the phone to my brother, and I was compelled to stop there just to watch, to make sure the guy was treated okay. But then at the same time, I was like, I've got a wife and missus to go home to.
There's
what to go home to. Let me just mind my business. But I was very concerned about that young buck, and you know what? Speaking about it, I did the right thing going home. It's sad, man.
It's almost like black people are just tapped.
In
some way, like, we just why is it you would kill another black person in a heartbeat? Like, why?
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense.
Look, even look at us when we walk past black brothers on the road, bro.
Automatically you
look at me in a certain way, sometimes I'm good with myself. You look at me, I'm looking at you like, is it good?
This is the thing. And it's like, I don't know, does it come from a place of not having any self-love? Like, for yourself,
I think
that you can't even exhibit it to someone else because you don't even have it for yourself.
Well, I think about the fact that I grew up in South East London, and I grew up here, and that was a big thing, looking at each other, screwing each other from across the road, screwing each other from the bus. I had beef with a guy.
I don't trust you, man, in South, brother.
Yeah, our South London brothers. I'm not greasy, but we have
that.
I was just even this afternoon, I was thinking about being institutionalized.
Institutionalized.
Yeah.
We all are, though.
We are massively, but I've never I'm probably ashamed to say this, but I've never really critically thought about what we are like in society. I wake up, I go to work, I look for that next promotion.
We are the status quo. Yeah. We are what the institutions have bred us to be. Now, I've read something which was mad interesting, and I forget, it was one of my sister's friends which actually posted this. If anything is free, remember that you are the product. Big facts. Yeah. Education is free. From when you go, in some cases, from nursery in this country all the way through to university, it's free. You know what I mean? Or even, okay, to college, it's totally free. And at uni, you pay, you eventually you get a job and they text that out of your life, and you know, they make their money back. Yeah. But do you not think that between, you've got someone from when they were a kid and you can form their mindset from when they're kids all the way to college. Yeah. But you can't see anything else but the realms of the box they've put in front of you, because that's what you've been in forever.
Byproduct of your parents who also trade the same way, depending on which culture they've come from, but still box you in that way.
Box you in that way, and then that's just what you want. And then you look at other people which have gone on to do extraordinary things, and you look at how their lives were, and you realize, oh wait, okay, they may have had a box, but their box was a lot different from the box I was put in. Because I learnt that kids which go to private school or grammar schools, when they're taught business, they're taught from the angle of ownership. And when you're going to the state-run schools, you're taught business from the angle of working in one.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. So I remember speaking to someone that went to Cambridge University, and they were telling me about how they were educated as well. And then you look at the way they're educated at these universities that are below top 50 or even the top 100. And she studied history, and I was like, so what are you going to do with history? She was like, so this is what they're teaching me. And I think she mentioned that they were focusing on her mind and how to keep herself engaged for a particular set of time. I was like, well, that's nothing to do with history. And she was like, yeah, we do history, but we do a lot of this other stuff. I was like, huh, interesting, right? Because I can sit in the office and they'll tell me 20 things and I won't catch one. Her should have picked it up, just like that. And that's why I wonder, people that do these courses like history and English and all these sort of random subjects at these top university and American literature, can come and just work these type of other jobs, because their mind is such at a higher critical level of analysing things. And I think that's what it largely is, right? Because you'll find organisations just hiring specifically from Oxford or Cambridge, irrespective of what they studied, because they know that their mindset works. In Ghana, and it's not so much a magic trick, but I was at the carpenter's place, and then he was obviously chopping the wood, and then blood come out. And this was
blood out of the wood.
2007.
That's an interesting
and
one.
No. Word to mother. And then he said, he's like, Yahweh, Yahweh. And he started speaking in Tree, and he was basically saying that this is probably some man that's cheated.
What?
Yeah. He was saying it's probably some man that's cheated and he's been turned into wood. Bruv, I swear to God, with my own eyes, and my brother was there as well, blood was coming out that wood. And I was like, yeah, so voodoo is real.
It's
voodoo and magic, they always make us believe.
Do you know what I think is interesting? You know, you got people which say that they don't believe in God and stuff that, but they believe in magic. How can you believe in magic and then not believe that there is a God?
That's
like, weird. I find it a bit strange that you would say
it's supernatural.
You know what I mean? Like,
they're both supernatural, so above the norm, basically. So people that don't believe in God, I don't know, I find that strange, man. I always believe that believing in something is important, man. That spiritual realm, that like what we have inside of that soul, that needs a connection. You can't just be empty.
Even if you go back to the whole soul thing, now I mean, I don't have the answer to this, but what do you think happens after life? I mean, we take away what the Christians say, what the Muslims say, what the Buddha, just take all of that away. What do you think? Off your own experiences, what do you think?
I've thought about this many times, you know, and I don't know, like I do wonder, like, if, without trying to offend no one, I don't, obviously I come more from a Christian background anyway, so I guess I disregard the other beliefs of what their heaven and hell would look like, and guess what ours does. But even when I take away the Christian realm of it, sometimes I think you just fade to black. Like when you sleep and then you wake up, that's what I feel like. I feel like if there's really a hell, I believe that hell is full of pigeons, because I don't like pigeons. I believe it's your worst fear.
Okay, amplified,
exactly.
Yeah.
But aside from that, jokes aside, I don't know. Like sometimes I don't know if I believe in reincarnation. I sometimes think, do you come back as someone else or as an animal, or you know? Because how do I not even know that before in a previous life?